with his dad. Well, at least take a backup battery so I can text you, Joey proposes. I will. Promise. Once we've said our goodbyes, I toss my phone across the balcony onto the soft lounge chair. It's the best way to avoid the distraction. I have to get a ridiculous amount of work done this afternoon, or I'm going to have major regrets come next week. Time to focus. I can do this. I'm in the zone, flying through my schoolwork a few hours later, when a hand lands on my shoulder, startling me so badly I fly 3 feet into the air. Whipping my head around, I home in on the hand and forearm veins I swear I still see in my dreams. Maybe not in my dreams exactly. More like in that hazy transition between sleep and awake, where anything is possible. I always see him in those moments. Always. I lift a hand to my chest, willing my heart to settle. It's beating erratically because he startled me. That's the only reason. Shrugging off his touch, I sit straighter, pop out my earbuds, and level him with a glare. What do you want, Greedy? His face falls in response. Good. Before he can open his mouth to answer, I double down. Why are you here? You can't just let yourself into my room. We share a balcony, Tim. Plus, I knocked a dozen times, he huffs, glaring right back at me. Don't call me that, I hiss for what might be the 1,000th time since I returned to North Carolina. Moving back into my stepfather's house 6 months ago was not my first choice, or my second, or third. But after my dad cut me off at the insistence of the stepmother I've never met, she's only 3 years older than me and currently pregnant with their second child, my options were limited, and I decided my multi-year gap year in Europe was over. Greedy rolls out his neck, making the tendons there spasm like they always do when he's agitated. I interlace my fingers in my lap to stop myself from smoothing a hand along his jawline and reminding him to unclench, like I always used to do. It's not my place. It's not my job. Greedy is nothing to me nowadays. He has to be nothing. We need to talk. My stomach sinks. I'm sure he thinks we do. Greedy's been trying to edge back into my life since the moment I reappeared in South Chapel, and he's relentless. I'm usually pretty good at dishing up the cold shoulder or acting unaffected. But despite my efforts, I've suffered from a few moments of weakness. I rise to my feet and plant my hands on my hips. I go for nonchalant, regardless of how impossible it is to feel nothing in his presence, with a towering heap of baggage and leftover damage between us. I will my voice to hold steady, even as I tremble inside. We don't have anything to talk about. Brow furrowed, he hits me with another annoyed look, though it lacks real heat. It's ridiculous to wish he were angry with me, but I'd love nothing more than to make him loathe the day I reappeared in his life. Regardless of the barbs I throw at him and the cold shoulder that's become my default, Greedy never looks at me like he hates me. Like what I did to him is unforgivable. If he only knew. When he regards me, there's no hate, only sadness. Sometimes I wonder if he knows just how sad I am on the inside, too. We need to talk about Levi. He's home. Well, he says, rubbing at the back of his neck. Not home. He's at Lake Chapel General. He's having surgery today, and he's asking about you. He said he wants us to be there when he wakes up. My heart stutters in my chest as Greedy's words sink in. Flashes of hazy summer nights and swimming at the quarry dance in my vision. Memories of sparkling blue eyes and country boy charm infiltrate my thoughts. Snippets of days when I called him Duke, and he loved to call me Daisy. Greedy brought us together, his best friend and his girl. For that one magical summer, the three of us were inseparable. Levi. He was such a good friend. To me, to Greedy, loyal to a fault and always ready to help. It's been a long time since I've allowed myself to think about the other boy I left behind when I fled to Europe.